Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. It's Finny here from Finny's Homebrew Emporium. And Emporium Brewing, I guess, now. What I've got here is a little beer that I've just done a beer review. So here you are. Have a listen. Rightio, so I thought it's coming up to, I guess, closing time on Thursday. I'm a bit bored. So I thought I'd do a quick beer review. So those that have been following the channel, I did the you had the barley wine brew day that went bad, the barley wine brew day that went good. Last week I was bottling up the one that went good, and this week I thought I'd do a quick taste test on the one that went bad. So this is the beer. It's got real good head retention. Not sure why. But this was all ale malt with a little bit of biscuit. So a real dry base to put beer on top. I can't remember what the specifics are, sorry, about OGs and finer gravities and stuff. But boatload of American hops they had sort of hanging around, 20 grams of this, 20 grams of that. So I ended up with, I think it was about 15 litres in the fermenter, and then dry hopped with about 120 grams of hops, which is a combination of Kohatu, Cascade, chit, no, maybe not chit, Cascade and Citra that went in. So, some pretty decent hops, and it definitely comes through on the aroma. It is like a real nice or aromatic beer. And taste-wise, it's nice, it's quite dry. For me, I get a little bit of ABV on the end, but not a whole lot of, problems. So, oh, hang on. I have Beersmith open. You see it on my computer at the moment. So, hang on. I can probably tell you. Fermentation. So, it is 6%. And the dry hop. The dry hop was Centennial, Citra, and Kohatu. And the boil was a little bit of Fuggles and Motueka for bittering. And then Cascade, Citra, and Centennial all at 5 minutes. And then cooled and dry hopped for 4 days with the others that I've just said. So a real sea hop sort of effort. So aromatic, it does smell very good, and it's not cleared up too badly, considering the problems I was getting was was under, I wasn't getting conversion in the mash, so which would because of that, starches in would be around, proteins and what have you. So it probably is not as clear as it could be because of all that stuff hanging around. But overall, it just shows you if you're measuring through your brew day, you can end up with a decent beer instead of trying. If I'd have carried on and tried doing what I was trying to do, I'd have had a complete mess of a beer and it wouldn't have been very good. But by keeping the head and just sort of testing as I was going along, I was able to quickly change, knock up a different recipe and sort of rescue it. So I've got 50 litres of beer that I'm quite happy to drink, rather than 10 litres of something that would have just been a complete waste of time for everybody else, everything involved. So when you're out there and you're doing your brew days, make sure you're testing, and just make sure you've got sort of one eye on what you're trying to achieve, and one eye on what is actually happening, and you won't go too far wrong. Alright, back to the rest of my channel. Yeah, so I guess all's well that ended well. So last week you'd have seen this clip. So cheers to that. Finally got the keg sorted. So it's just sitting in the garden at the moment. Need to sanitize it, sort of give it a good clean out in the bottom, and then it will be put into action at some point. I'm not sure when yet. The place it's going to go to in the corridor here at work, and they're finally getting around to putting the lino down and the ceiling back in over this next week. So hopefully it won't be too long until that area, I can get that area set up, because that's where it's generally going to live, in the corridor there. So that's cool. So the other thing that's happening coming this weekend is the launch of the beer, Biscuity Bitter, will be at Pomeroy's in Christchurch on Saturday at 5 o'clock. So if anyone's watching and you're in the area, come down and say hello. So yeah, exciting times. Hopefully I wonder if they'll let me get behind the bar and pour the first pint off the hand pump, because it should be quite a good beer off the hand pump. We've also kegged up a low carb beer. So basically, we didn't, before it got carbonated, it was kegged up, and that's to go on a nitro tap. So that should be really cool. Yeah. So on the homebrew front, yesterday I put down a mash for a Berliner Weiss I'm going to trial out. So every time I've done a Berliner Weiss so far, I've aged it on fruit, but this time I want to do a hopped version. So yesterday I did the mash and started added the lacto, put a blanket of CO2 over, and this morning it's already dropped 0.8 of pH. It's dropped 0.8. So hopefully by about lunchtime tomorrow, it would have done another 0.8, and it got it down to about the 3-4 range, which is where I sort of like them. And then yeah, we'll boil up and add some fruity hops. Right, sorry about that. So yeah, hoppy Berliner Weisses. So tomorrow, hopefully it'll drop low enough, and then yeah, we'll boil it up with I'm going to use Waiti, and basically just do a flame out edition. So that will give a little bit of IBUs, but you don't want too much because you want the acidity to sort of be there rather than the IBUs. But hopefully that will give me a load of aromatics and flavour, and then do a dry hop with the same one, so it'll almost be, so it'll be single hopped, and see where that takes us. So yeah, it should be interesting. The other thing are the red IPA that you saw me brew, or heard me brew about last week. That was dry hopped on Monday, so hopefully that will be caked up on Friday. And I think, apart from all the sour stuff that's going on, I think that's about it for now. I wrapped off, I don't know if, no I didn't, I wrapped off the apple juice, well cider now, got it off all the crap that was in there, because there was a lot of sort of just crap from when we juiced everything, and particles and stuff, so that's now trying to clear up, and I took a pH reading, it was 3.4, so potentially there's some, I mean it's all wild yeast, I didn't add any of my own yeast, so I've kept the rest of it, and I'll culture it up, and probably do a beer wort at some point. I've got a few things that need to be kept going, so I'll do that at some point next week, and ferment it out and see what comes of it. I'm quite interested to see what sort of bugs there are in it, and see what sort of ferment we get. So that would be interesting as well. So yeah, lots going on as usual, and lots of experimenting. So yeah, if I don't see you on Saturday, I'll see you next Wednesday. Cheers.